The top right hand side as the green Protoss, someone you've seen today many of times. It's from Team Mouse Control. It is the one and only Darko Mikron against the guy that's gonna make Stargates. From SCG, it's Who's Your Dodo? I
Yep.
still, how does he
No, I
come up
can't
with
get
this name?
over it. Yeah,
I'm just shocked. You know, you always have this one guy with the name, and it's not like a bad name. It's not a bad mannered name. It's not like, but it's just like I read it and I'm like, why did you name? I just want to know why he named himself that. So if you're in
yeah,
the chat,
it's
give me a
a,
highlight.
it is just a little bit unsettling. I have to say.
Mm.
So the first map is going to be Daybreak, and well, it's a PvP, so it can either be very short or it can be very long game.
Yeah, it could go either way. Usually, in Heart of the Swarm, it tends to be a little bit longer because of the mothership core, though. I
Yeah.
think I've played some PvPs myself, and they were not that high level, but they were longer than in Wings of Liberty. And from what I've seen from professional players, I've seen that as well. That it's easier to expand.
Oh yeah, there's actually a Sentry expand build, if you
Ah,
can
there you
believe
go.
that.
In Wings
It's
of Liberty, that would have been suicide for sure.
oh yeah, most
But
likely.
in HOTS, it's possible. So I like that. I like the fact that there's more options available to people. But yeah, the Stargate play is really good, right? Void Race.
Yeah, well, basically, half the times PvP is about who gets the most void rays faster, so to speak. There's actually a 4-gate Stargate build, one base all-in with like 4 or 5 void rays. You just start making void rays straight up. You never leave your base, and then you just go on phase because because like nothing will be able to kill your voids. So yeah, or a 7 void ray with an expansion. It's that's also a cool build. But I don't really like it, to be quite honest. I don't like being forced to always go down the same route. That's basically the only gripe I have with the current state of the game in PvP. That you're basically forced to get void rays most of the time, unless you have a
Well,
really good build.
Void Rays do get countered by Storm though. So I think if you get an army of Archon, Stalker, High Templar,
That's the
you should be able to
problem.
counter it.
That's the problem. Your opponent can kill you way before then. I
Okay.
mean, to get Storm in PvP, it takes such a long time because of how many precautions you have to make. So, it's really risky to go for Storm straight up. You can be killed by DTs, by any number of things until that time. So you definitely have to have detection of some sort, be it a Robo or a Stargate, and it's kind of complicated to get Storm really fast. The earliest you can get it is on 2 bases, and by that point you're not gonna have enough Storm to counter all the Void Rays that are trying to kill you. If he's trying to kill you with a 2 base timing, so it's a little bit tricky. But we do see a
Wait,
Stargate
wait.
play.
Is Dark Omicron? I'm just curious now. Is Dark Omicron Sentry expanding?
Um, Looks like it,
Oh,
actually.
there we go. And I'm guessing that gets hard countered by Phoenix.
Actually, it doesn't.
Oh, really?
I mean, the Phoenixes will do quite a lot of damage, but they will come at approximately the time when Warp Gate is already done. So, you just have to make sure that you have your units in the correct position. Depends on with how many Phoenixes he comes.
Mm.
And why it doesn't get hard countered, because if your opponent is planning on expanding, you're always going to be ahead, or at least you're going to be even, because you have 2 nexuses to produce probes out of, and he only has 1 for the longest time. So, who's your Dodo just scouting the second gate going down? We still
This is
see a
actually
Robo.
nice because right now, okay, now he knows, but he didn't actually know if it was an illusion or not. Like
Yeah.
after he like the mothership core, yes, but yeah.
And because of the Nexus cannon, you can this can help you defend quite a lot. You don't need like 3 gateways worth of reinforcements straight up. You just need to make sure you make good decisions on whether or not to activate the photon overcharge or not. Now, one thing this is really weak against is 1 base pushes, especially with like if your opponent hits you hard, and I think this is exactly what Who's Your Dodo is trying to do. He
Yeah,
doesn't have
he's
that many Phoenixes though.
definitely going for one base push. He's even adding Void Rays at this point.
You see, that's a mistake in my opinion.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I don't think the Void Ray is gonna make that much of a difference, to be honest. The Phoenix probably more useful, picking off sentries,
Exactly.
sniping the mothership core, and very fast and mobile. So I don't think the Void Ray is gonna make that much of a difference. But it can kill the rocks really quickly though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's armor.
it can. I mean, when the second Void Ray joins the fight, it can turn the battle heavily in favor of Who's Your Dodo, but I still would favor Phoenixes. Those are trying to go into the main. Maybe he's trying to pull the army that way a little bit, but that's not going to work because Dark Omicron knows what's going to happen. He's just going to let those Phoenixes pick up those probes. He knows he's ahead in Econ. He's going to let them waste the energy. Wasted force fields. Oh, a late force field there by Who's Your Dodo. He could have picked up that Immortal, and right now we can see why precisely this type of attack is not working.
Yeah, the Void Ray actually did a lot of damage, surprisingly, on the Stalkers. But
Yep.
I don't know. This is gonna get a little bit harder though. But the thing is, he can use another Photon Overcharge after this one finishes out. And I think if you just take the fact that he gets 2 minutes to prepare, it should be enough. Now he's pushing into the Photon Overcharge, just like a Photon cannon hitting the army.
Oh, he is going to get the Immortal. Not that it matters, there are no Stalkers here with the army. And as long as he can force field correctly, he might have to pull probes though from the natural to buffer for the Stalker so that he can actually snipe this Void Rays. The charge has worn off though, and one of those is on cooldown, so he's going to chase. And there's not enough Zealots to protect those Void Rays from the Stalkers, so this is going to be it, and Dark Omicron takes point for his team mouse control against Starcade.
Yep. Who's Your Dodo? It's gonna GG out. And if you're there in The Hague, Who's Your Dodo, you can explain to me who your Dodo is, because I'm still very much interested in that.